Dear students, now we will study the soil groups of India. The main objective of the study is to know about Indian geography, to know about origin of different soils, to know about the diversity of soil types in India, to know about the composition of different soils, to know about uses of different soils. In this episode, the following aspects are going to be seen: alluvial soils, black soils, red soils, laterite and lateritic soils, arid and desert soils, forest soils, mountain soils, saline and alkaline soils, peaty and marshy soils. Soil is a natural body consisting of layers of mineral constituents of variable thicknesses, which differ from the parent materials in their morphological, physical, chemical and mineralogical characteristics. Soil is formed under specific natural conditions, and each of the elements of the natural environment contributes to this complex process, described by the soil scientist as the process of pedogenesis. Soil is composed of particles of broken rock that have been altered by chemical and environmental processes that include weathering and erosion. Soil differs from its parent rock due to interactions between the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and the biosphere. It is a mixture of mineral and organic constituents that are in solid, gaseous and aqueous states. Soil is commonly referred to as dirt. Soil particles pack loosely, forming a soil structure filled with pore spaces. These pores contain soil solution and air. Most soils have a density between 1 and 2 gram per cm cube. Soil is also known as earth. Soil is very important natural resources of India because agricultural production is basically dependent on fertility of soil. The rich, deep, fertile soils of Ganga plain, especially its delta and coastal plains of Kerala, support high density of population through agricultural prosperity. Soil supports plants, animals as well as human life. Life depends on the food we eat, and soil is the source of that food for man and animals. Thus, agricultural production depends on the fertility of soil. India is a country of vast dimensions with varied conditions of geology, relief climate and vegetation. Therefore, India has a large variety of soil groups distinctly different from each other by way of their origin, color, texture, fertility and chemical composition. Geologically, Indian soils can broadly be divided into two main groups, that is soils of peninsular India and soils of extra-peninsular India. Soils of peninsular India. These are the soils which have been formed by the decomposition of rocks in situ, that is directly from the underlying parent rocks. They are transported and redeposited to a limited extent and are known as sedentary soils. Soils of extra-peninsular India are mainly found in northern plains, and they are formed by transported or residual alluvium brought down by the rivers from the Himalayas or by wind. These soils are often referred to as transported soils. Next, coming to the alluvial soils in India. These soils originate from the transported alluvium brought by the rivers. Apart from the size of their grains or particles, alluvial soils are distinguished according to their age also. They can be divided into two types: young Kadar soil and old Bangar soil. Young Kadar soils are newer alluvium of sandy, pale brown in composition found in the lower areas of valley bottoms, which are flooded almost every year. Kadar soils are more sandy in composition than that of Bangar soils. Old Bangar soils are older alluvium more clayey in composition and generally of dark colors, and they also becomes alkaline and is called as burrs. These soils are coarse in nature and contain kankar. Kankar locally called as lime nodules. They are found 30 meter above flood level of the rivers. Alluvial soils of India are of two categories, river alluvium soil and coastal alluvial soils. Coastal alluvium are confined to coastal belts only. These soils are composed of material drawn from different rocks and therefore contain a great variety of salts. The fertility of the soil is because of the following reasons. It is due to more mixing up of the debris from the rocks of the Himalayas rather than that of the prevalence of nitrogenous matters or humus. These soils are very fine grained, highly porous and light, so that they are easily tilled and are therefore the best agricultural soils of the country. Alluvial soil is suitable for agriculture in India because it is very fertile. It covers about 40% of the total land area of India. This soil is suitable for rice, sugarcane, tobacco, banana, cotton, wheat, jute, oilseeds and vegetables. They are the largest and the most important soil groups of India. They are composed of sediments deposited by rivers and the waves. Their chemical composition makes them one of the most fertile in the world, usually deficient in nitrogen and humus. The river deposits extremely refined particles of soil called alluvium in their plains during the path of their long travel. These soils consist of diverse ratios of clay, sand and silt. In general, they carry potash, lime and phosphoric acid. However, they are lacking in nitrogenous and organic substances. Alluvial soils in the drier areas of India are more alkaline in nature. Alluvial soils sustain over half the Indian population. Alluvial soil is the most crucial and pervasive kind of soil found in India. In fact, the complete northern plains are made up of these soils. They have been brought down and deposited by three enormous Himalayan rivers such as Sutlej river, Ganga river, Brahmaputra river and their tributaries. Through a tapered outlet in the state of Rajasthan, they continue into the plains of Gujarat. Alluvial soil is found mostly in the plains like Assam, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Orissa and Tamil Nadu. Alluvial soil is predominant in the Narmada valleys along Mahanadi, Tapti, Kaveri and Godavari etc. Next is black soil. Black soil are also called as regur. These soils are formed in situ, that is formed where they are found. These soils have originated from solidification of basic lava spread over large areas of Deccan Plateau during volcanic activity. Therefore, they are essentially formed by weathering of Deccan Trap. Most of the black soils are derived from two types of rocks, the Deccan and Rajmahal Trap and ferruginous gneisses and schist occurring in Tamil Nadu. The former are sufficiently deep while the latter are generally shallow. Geographically, black soil spreads over an area of 5,46,000 kilometers. Black soils are ideal for dry farming due to their moisture retentive quality. It becomes sticky due to high percentage of clay and so difficult to plow. Black soils are further classified into shallow black soils, medium black soils and deep black soils. These soils are mainly found in Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. The soil develop cracks in hot weather. They have high moisture retention level. They lack in phosphorus, nitrogen and organic matter. The black color of the soil is due to the presence of titaniferous magnetite compound of iron and aluminium silicate. Color of the soil may even be derived from crystalline schist and basic gneisses such as in Tamil Nadu and the parts of Andhra Pradesh. These soils are rich in iron, lime, calcium and magnesium carbonate. Black soils are poor phosphorus and nitrogen. The soil is clayey and fine texture with dark color. Apart from cotton cultivation, these fertile soils are suitable for growing cereals, oil seeds, citrus fruits and vegetables. Next is red soil. Due to the decomposition of ancient crystalline rocks like granites and gneisses and from rock types rich in minerals such as iron and magnesium. Red soils develop generally on metamorphic rocks. The term red soil is due to the wide diffusion of iron oxides through the materials of the soil. It covers about 3.5 lakh kilometers of area. The color is mainly due to ferric oxides occurring as thin coatings on the soil particles, while the iron oxide occurs as hematite or as hydrous ferric oxide. The color is red, and when it occurs in the hydrate form as limonite, the soil gets a yellow color. It is sandier and less clayey soil. When red soils are mixed with clay fractions, we call them as red clayey loams. These soils are poor in phosphorus, nitrogen and lime contents and are acidic like laterite soil. The red soil respond well to the proper use of fertilizers, and irrigation gives excellent yield, suitable for rice, millets, tobacco and vegetables. These soils are spread on almost the whole Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, southern Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa and Jharkhand. Next is laterite soil. The word laterite in Latin means brick. These soils are formed under conditions of high temperature and heavy rainfall with alternative wet and dry periods. Thus, its formation takes place strictly under monsoon conditions. The alternations of wet and dry seasons leads to the leaching away of silicaceous matter and lime of the rocks. The soil is rich in oxides of iron and aluminium compounds. Laterite and lateritic soil covers an area of 2.48 lakh kilometers. The laterite soil found in India is mainly red color due to the presence of iron oxides. It is prepared by the prolonged and rigorous weathering of the parent rock. Laterization or tropical weathering is a long drawn out process of chemicals and mechanical weathering which results in large variety of chemistry, thickness and pore mineralogy of the soils. Laterite soils are rich in aluminium and iron oxides, but are deficient in potash, phosphoric acid, lime and nitrogen. Laterite is a typical soil of the tropical regions which receives heavy seasonal rainfall. Iron and aluminium compounds dominate in its composition. Laterite soil in India is mainly found capping in the flat uplands and is also spread in the western coastal region. Getting incredibly heavy rain, laterite soils are also abundant in area along the edge of the plateau in the east, covering small parts of the states of Tamil Nadu and Orissa, and a small portion of the Chota Nagpur plateau in the north and Meghalaya. Laterite soil is primarily found in the tropical regions which receive heavy seasonal rainfall. High rainfall encourages the leaching of soil where lime and silica are leached away and the soil is rich in oxides of aluminium. Predominant and abundance laterite is called as bauxite. Due to the presence of iron oxides, the color of laterite soil is basically red. This soil is poor in lime content and hence it is acidic. However, in the laterite soil developed in the forest areas in the western part of Karnataka state, humus is present. Further, laterite soils of high level areas are very poor and least retentive of moisture and at times barren. but in the low lying areas, regular addition of soils that are washed down from the adjacent higher areas affects laterization. In those areas, the lateritic soil being either mud or loam is useful and is regularly plowed. For the continuous cultivation of crops, regular application of fertilizers is required. Laterite soils are found on the high level plateau and hilly areas that receive high rainfall and are specifically well developed on the eastern Ghats in Orissa, Rajmahal Hill. It is also found in the southern regions of western Ghats, including the adjoining coastal regions in Ratnagiri district and Malabar, Maharashtra, Kerala, Orissa, Karnataka, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Assam, etc. Laterite soil is also widely found around the Satpura, Vindhyan Plateau, Maikal ranges in Madhya Pradesh. Laterite and lateritic soil have a unique distinction of providing valuable building material. These soils can be easily cut with a spade, but hardens like iron when exposed to air. Because it is the end product of weathering, it cannot be weathered much further and is indefinitely durable. The soils are generally poor in nitrogen, potassium and organic matters. These soils cannot retain moisture, while in plains they consist of heavy loam and clay and easily retain moisture. Crops suitable for this soil: rice, ragi, sugarcane, cashew nuts. Next is the mountain soils in India. Mountain soils are mainly found on the hill slopes covered by forest. The formation of these soils is mainly governed by the characteristic deposition of organic matter derived from forest growth. In the Himalayan region, such soils are mainly found in valley basins, depressions and less steeply inclined slopes. Apart from the Himalayan region, the forest soils occur in higher hills in south and peninsular region. The basic character of the mountain soils depend on the climate and are mainly found in the warm temperature belt or the cool temperature belt of the Himalayan mountains. Brown forest soils is mainly found in the warm temperate belt lying at heights ranging from 900 to 1800 meters, which has deciduous forest. The typical brown forest soil of this zone is rich in humus and is deep. Further, mountain soils are rich in humus, slightly acidic and are fertile. Mountain soils are also deprived in lime and potash content. They are largely used for raising different varieties of crops. Mountain soils are deficient in nitrogen content. This mineral is very significant to healthy soil. Quality and quantity of mountain soil is already compromised as a result of the unstable pattern of monsoon rainfall. However, soil formation is quite slow in mountain areas because of the low temperature. Thus, mountain soils are comparatively thin and are badly anchored. They are very rich in humus but are deficient in potash, phosphorus and lime, and they need fertilizers, and it is a good for plantation of tea, coffee, spices and tropical fruits. Next is forest soils in India. Forest soils are a natural body having depth and surface area. It exists as a continuous cover on the land surface. Only exceptions are steep slopes. The climate of a place affects the forest soils in many different ways. It has led to the development of a variety of soils in India. Essentially, soil is the product of natural destructive and synthetic forces. The physical and chemical weathering of rocks and minerals forms unconsolidated debris, regolith. Its upper part is biochemically withered. The soils found in the different parts of the country are a function of several factors. It may be climatic, biotic or geomorphic, etc. The major soils in western zone are dry, sandy and usually unstable. The sand is mounded up by wind in typical dune forms. This happens on the plains of the Indus Valley. This also occurs in areas of west of Aravalli mountain ranges. In the northern and central zones, the soils seen are recent sandy alluvium to red soils in situ. Laterite and black cotton soils are met in forests of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra and Orissa. Forests in Indo-Gangetic plain have alluvial soils. Forests of shivalik formations in sub-Himalayan tracts and foothills have developed on sandy or clayey soils. These soils are deep and reasonably fertile. In the southern zone, the soils under forests have originated from a wide range of geological formations and rocks. The soil is almost always shallow and dry. Occasionally, it may be of fair depth. This is especially so if the soil is sandy. Black cotton soils dominate in some parts. Hard lateritic soils are encountered in the eastern parts. Red soil overlay a variety of rocks. Most of them are crystalline. The soils seen in the Western Ghats mountain range in India have originated from crystalline rocks. These soils are acidic. Mineral nutrients concentrate in surface layers. Leaf fall deposits a large amount of organic matter on the forest floor. This maintains the nutrient status. Nutrient cycling is fast. Removal of forest cover quickly drops soil fertility seriously and permanently. Next is arid and desert soils. Sand is originated from mechanical disintegration of the ground rocks or is blown from the Indus basin and the coast by the prevailing southwest monsoon winds. Clay content is poor and is less than 8%. These are reddish brown soils. Sandy soils are called as burr, and it is rich in phosphates and poor in nitrogen, and it contains high content of soluble salts but low moisture content. The soil is sandy to gravelly. The phosphate content of these soils is as high as in normal alluvial soils. Nitrogen is originally low, but its deficiency is made up to some extent by the availability of nitrogen in the form of nitrates. Thus, the presence of phosphates and nitrates make them fertile soils wherever moisture is available. The changes in the cropping pattern in the Indira Gandhi Canal command area are a living example of the utility of the desert soils. Desert soils constitute the soils with negligible vegetation in both hot and cold regimes. The sandy material results in poor profile development under arid conditions. Water deficiency is the major constraint in cultivating these soils. A gypsic origin is common in extremely arid areas such as Bikaner and Jaisalmer in Rajasthan. These soils are very prone to wind erosion. Next is saline and alkaline soils. The causes of soil alkalinity are natural and they can be man-made. The natural cause is the presence of soil minerals producing sodium carbonate upon weathering. The man-made cause is the application of irrigation water containing a relatively high proportion of sodium carbonates. Saline and alkaline soils covers an area of 68,000 kilometers. These soils are found in the drier parts of Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan and Maharashtra. They are salty and alkaline soils, and they are known by different names such as Rev, Kelar, Usar, etc. Soil alkalinity is associated with the presence of sodium carbonates or soda in the soil, either as a result of natural weathering of the soil particles or brought in by irrigation by flood water. The sodium carbonate can react with water to produce carbon dioxide. which escapes as a gas, and sodium hydroxide, which is alkaline and gives high pH values which is greater than 9. Some of the salts are transported in solutions by the rivers and canals, which percolates in the subsoils of the plains. Texturally, they are sandy to loamy sand. Alkaline soils are deficient in calcium and nitrogen. Main salts present in the soils are calcium, sodium and magnesium. These soils can be reclaimed by providing good drainage, applying lime or gypsum. These soils are utilized in the cultivation of a wide variety of crops like rice, wheat, cotton, sugarcane and tobacco. The accumulation of salts makes the soil infertile and renders it unfit for agriculture. Alkaline soils are difficult to take into agricultural production due to the low infiltration capacity. Rainwater stagnates on the soil easily and in dry periods irrigation is hardly possible. Agriculture is limited to crops tolerant to surface waterlogging and the productivity is low. Next is peaty and marshy soils. They originate in the humid regions as a result of accumulation of large amounts of organic matter in the soil. They contain considerable amount of soluble salts and 10 to 40% of organic matter. Peaty soils are found in Kerala, where it is called as curry. These soils occur mainly in the western parts of Kottayam districts and parts of Alappuzha districts of Kerala. Peaty soils are black and heavy and highly acidic. Highly saline, rich in organic matter but deficient in phosphate and potash. Marshy soils are found in the coastal regions of Orissa, West Bengal and Tamil Nadu, central portion of North Bihar and in Almora district of Uttaranchal. Marshy soils are the result of waterlogging, anaerobic condition of the soils and the presence of iron and varying amount of organic matter. Marshy soils are high in vegetable matter and are found in northern Bihar, coastal parts of Orissa, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. Lastly, I conclude, the Indian soils have been formed under varied geographical conditions and differ widely in their physical properties, chemical composition and fertility level. Most soils are old and mature. Soils of the peninsular plateau are much older than the soils of the great northern plain. Some soils like alluvial and black soils are fertile, while some other soils such as laterite, desert and alkaline soils lack in fertility and do not yield good harvest. Thank you.